Hey, this is Justin with DayTradeTheMarkets.com on May 2nd, and had some nice moves in several markets today. I wanted to look at the E-mini, look at the Russell. Natural gas and crude oil really moved today, so I wanted to look at those and talk about ways that you can tell whether a market is likely to be in more of a trending mode or a breakout mode. In other words, when a new high or low of the day is made, how can you tell if it is more likely to continue that breakout or if it's more likely to be a head fake? So what I've got here is an ES chart. I've got a 2-minute chart. And you could look at this on literally any time frame from micro scalping 5-second chart to a swing trading chart. And I've got a lot of different pieces of evidence on the chart. We've got our filter, we've got our support resistance zones, we've got decelerations, divergences, those things, and we've got our level 1, level 2, and then level 3 or extreme aggression bars. What I want to do though, just show a few markets, is to strip the chart of everything but the level 2 and level 3 aggression bars, and really show how we like to look at those as kind of the first building block. And we like to ask ourselves, do we have acceptance above a level 2 or level 3 buying bar, or is there rejection? And when we look at the answer to that question, it gives us a very good handle as to the likely short-term direction of the market. And obviously that's going to help you in a couple ways. Number one, it's going to help you stay out of being on the wrong side of the market. And then number two, help you to stay on board a market when you can get on board when it's in a vertical mode, so you don't bail out of a trade too soon, right? So what I'm going to do is take off all of these other indicators but the level 1 or the level 2 and level 3 aggression bars, and then talk about that in several markets. Okay, so again, here's the same market, same time frame, 2-minute chart. I'm just going to look at 2-minute charts on all these different markets I'm going to look at, just to kind of keep apples to apples. And you can see here that early in the session we make a new high, and we do so on what we call a level 3 or an extreme buying aggression. That's telling us that there is extreme buying aggression coming into the market, and so we ask ourselves, we expect the low of a buying bar like this to act as support. So we ask ourselves, can the low of that hold, and then can we get acceptance above the high? Okay, so early on, within a few bars, the low of that holds nicely, and then we break out and make new highs. You can see then we get a level 2 buying aggression bar, not to the same extent as level 3, but we want to see again, can the low of that hold? Can we take out the high? Okay, great. Buyers are still firmly in control. You're not going to want to fight that. You don't want to be a hero and try to short that market, and you want to go with that. One of the easiest ways is just what we call our level 3 retracement trade, which is where you get on board at the low of a level 3 bar. You can do the same thing on a level 2 bar. Okay, here's the next one. Here's a level 3 buying aggression bar on the high of the day. Okay, so just like we poked into the highs here, but they were gray bars, there's not really a lot going on. Here we make a new high, and you can see there's actually a lot behind that. There's a lot of buying aggression that's coming into the market. So again, can the low hold? This one didn't even get tested. Can we take out the high? If that's the case, we say buyers are still firmly in control. Same thing here. Now this bar here, this level 2 buying bar, is our first sign, not that sellers are taking over, but we tested the low of that and we bounced 1.5, but then we took out the low of that bar. Okay, so it's our first sign, again, not that selling is coming into the market. You see there's no red bars that you see, but it's telling us the market's not quite as vertically strong, and we're in more of a two-sided market. We're still, buyers are still in control, but it's showing us it's just not pure strength. Okay, that's our first sign of, I wouldn't even call it weakness, but of weakening market. Okay, and you can see we just kind of grinded across the rest of the day. Okay, so that's the E-mini S&P, and again, that's the first thing we want to look at is, can these level 3 and level 2 buying bars, can the low hold, can we get the high taken out? Okay, stay on the right side of the market. If you do nothing more than do a better job of staying on the right side of the market, your results are going to go, obviously, you don't have to be a genius to understand what that's going to do to your results. Okay, so let's look at another market. Let's look at the Russell. Okay, here's the Russell, and again, we ask ourselves, here's a situation where we started the day more two-sided. We had an attempted move higher on a level 2 buying bar, didn't really get any follow-through. But then we tried to test the lows. Okay, so if we couldn't make new highs, let's go test the lows. We do so on a level 3 selling aggression bar. We couldn't make new lows. In fact, that high was rejected right away. Okay, so we started the day not as vertically strong in the Russell as we did in the ES, but in more of a two-sided consolidation mode where we got no follow-through on the first attempt at a new high, no follow-through on the second attempt at a low, or the first attempt at a new low, and then we get this high velocity move and level 3 bar on the next time we go make a high, and you can see we get follow through. It's telling us, okay, bulls have taken over. Here's a level 3 bar right here. Again, can the low of that hold? Beautifully. Can the low of this hold? Yes. It's not until the very end of the day that we start to see a little bit of selling coming into this market. But you can see we had a little bit of a battle here and here. We couldn't make new highs early on. Couldn't make new lows. Then we made highs and we had some follow through. It's telling us bulls are in control. Okay, so that's the Russell. Again, this is just the first building block, the first thing we like to look at. Here's the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq was a little more bullish early on. Okay, the first structure of the day was a level 2, a strong buying aggression with follow through. Strong buying aggression with follow through. Here's our first level 3 of the day. Can the low hold? Yes, beautifully. Okay, so you can see bulls are firmly in control. We start to see a little selling at the end of the day. Let's look at crude oil. Similar scenario. Now this one, well, similar scenario a little bit later in the session. You can see that our first level 3 bar on the high of the day, typically that's going to continue on. This one didn't. So that's telling us that at a minimum, buyers failed at this level. The low didn't really hold there. And that's not going to happen too often, but it certainly does. We start to get a little selling. We can't really make new lows though. Okay? When we couldn't make new lows, if those sellers were really strong, we would have made new lows and we would have done so on some pretty strong selling aggression. That didn't happen. And then when we went and tested the highs again, right there, you can see we did so on a level 3 buying aggression bar. Very good sign. Buyers are firmly in control. So we ask ourselves, can buyers hold the low of that bar? Yes. Can they hold the low of this bar? Yes. Can they hold the low of this bar? Yes. Okay? So you can see the buyers are firmly in control. Every time we try to, now these level 2, a little bit weaker, level 2 selling bars are kind of inside the range of this level 3 buying bar right there. So we still kind of defer back to this level 3 buying bar. Can its low hold? It does. In fact, we reject here. Very good sign we're going to make new highs. Okay? So again, staying on the right side of the market, if you do nothing else, is step 1. Let's check out natural gas. This thing really moved today. Okay? First structure of the day is a level 2 selling bar, high holds. Level 2 selling bar. Here's our first level 3 selling bar. Okay? Can its high hold? Yes. Level 3 selling bar. Can its high hold? Yes. Can this level 3 selling bar's high hold? Yes. Can this one? You can see we start to get some attempted buyback here, rejected right away. Okay, so we just keep asking ourselves, can these level 3 buying bars, selling bars, can the low hold? This one didn't. It's our first sign, not that buyers are taking over, but that we're now into a more two-sided market. Now we ended up making new lows again, and the high of this held. So this was just a lot of weakness in natural gas today, but you could see early on, and these are huge moves, right? You can see early on our first new low of the day with a level 3 bar with follow through. We have another one test to the high. It's just telling us sellers are firmly in control. So don't try to be a hero and buy this market. Go with that market. Okay? And you'll know that sellers are strongly in control of this market until something changes. And this is the first level 3 selling bar that had its high taken out. Okay? So just again, is this the be-all end-all? Is this everything you want to look at? Is this magic? No, not at all. But when you have a new higher low of the day made, and it's made on a level 3 extreme buying or selling aggression bar, it's showing you there's something real that's there. You can put some faith in that. You can go with that, and you can avoid being on the wrong side of the market. And obviously, if you can just, even if you just did it a few times a month, if you can avoid being on the wrong side of the market and have more confidence being on the right side of the market, hold on to trades a little bit longer, you're increasing your edge drastically. So hopefully you understand what I mean by that. And again, this is just kind of the first building block of the way we try to make sense of the market. And hopefully you found that interesting and educational. And if you have any questions about that at all, by all means, let us know. All right, talk to you soon.